that moment when you're dancing in the kitchen with somebody.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Season 4 of On the Real live sessions here at the Warehouse Live in Columbia, South Carolina, where we showcase original artists all over the nation that come here to share their art with you on a weekly basis. We've got an incredible artist coming in, but before we get into that, make sure you go to our Patreon page, patreon.com/onthemarkstudio, and become a subscriber and help support this show. And additionally, go to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, On the Mark Studios, and you can give us a like and a subscribe. We have one of my good friends, Jon Rooks, straight out of Columbia, South Carolina, that's going to share his art with you. Welcome to On the Real live sessions, my friend.
Appreciate you letting me be here.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe how you got started and kind of what that looked like in your musical journey.
I grew up in Williston, South Carolina, the birthplace of James Brown, the true hometown of James Brown, not Augusta, Georgia, if you're out there. And I was a drummer, did marching band. Then I went to college. I played in church growing up, mostly drums and guitar. I started playing guitar when I was like 13, 14, and then picked up a harmonica. My dad had all these blues records. Played a lot of keys in college. I was playing with a black gospel group and for a Hispanic church. And that's kind of how I got those kind of flavors in my music. And then I spent some time in Hawaii, in D.C. I was on a label there for just a little bit. It was a kind of a bad experience. But now I'm back in Columbia. Been here for about, 4 or 5 years, probably 6 years, just playing music.
Hell yeah, man.
Say I'm on my way. We need a place where we can go and be free. 'Cause I think that listening, oh, I need a place and I can go and hide away. Ooh, you ever been so beat down? Can't find a way over this old town. I feel like I'm just like you. Oh, I need a place that I can go and run to. Say I'm on my way. I need a place that I can go and be free. Don't think that listening, oh, give me a place, go hide it away. So, ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. need a place where we can go and be free. I don't think they're listening. We need a place to go hide away.
So tell us a little bit about kind of like what you're doing now in your career and how you're pushing things forward.
So I'm a dad. I've got 2 kids, and I think a lot about how many gigs I play per week. I mean, there's sometimes I'll do, 10, 12 gigs in a week, and I know as my kids get older, I'm gonna miss out on life with them, and so trying to work smarter, not harder. Do more big shows, have residual sources of income and things like that. So kind of doing the pivot I should have done a long time ago. But yeah, I guess that's what I'm in the process of doing. They got some of this original music about to come out. A few other ideas in the tank. I don't want to say too much, but.
Well, tell us a little bit about kind of your recording process and what that looks like. I love to ask a lot of artists that come on the show, some people have a specific formula in what they do when they go into the studio, and kind of how they approach the recording art of what we do. What's some things that you kind of do to approach your music?
I think one of the things that has changed a lot in the way that I write is I used to just write out my feelings and I was just talking to myself. But I've started to do it differently now. I think it was Hemingway that said you should write drunk and edit sober. So a lot of times the band and I, or just myself, I'll be playing in a place that people are half paying attention, and I will completely freestyle a song based on whatever I was feeling in that moment. And a lot of times, bits and pieces of songs happen in those moments, and then I'm able to write it out. But yeah, I think that part of writing that was improvised allowed me to have a conversation with people in the moment instead of just writing just for myself. So I think that's part one. As far as the mechanics of recording, the next the most recent record is probably going to come out is just going to be a live thing that I did at the house. So it's not polished quality. I have a problem with overthinking and wanting everything to be super perfect. But I feel like people just want to hear what I'm doing, and so I'm putting it out. So,
I mean, honestly, kind of we're in that day and age right now where, even on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, all the reels, everything is just super raw anyways, right? So are you going to couple that with, maybe some footage of you, in the process of recording that and kind of maybe document that whole thing?
I probably need to, now that you're saying that. Yeah, I need to do a little bit better in my visual storytelling. I'm thinking out loud as you said all that. I've kind of thought about who my audience is and how do I connect what I'm doing to what they're feeling and how I can share in that experience with them. And I've thought a lot about that, but actually at this point, I'm almost I just really want to be authentic to where I'm at instead of what I feel like I should be or what the accurate thing to do is. So, not to get overly technical, but I'm just gonna keep putting stuff out and then trying to continually connect and improve with my audience. But yeah, I do a lot of overthinking, and I don't want to do that anymore.
It's very easy to do. A lot of overthinking is very, very easy to do. Especially, you mentioned you grew up a drummer, so do I. So, growing up a drummer, especially how my dad taught me is you need to learn a bunch of different genres. To be an effective drummer, you have to learn so many different genres. And then so when I came into being a singer and an artist, I had such a identity crisis and where I was supposed to sit in my music and what was true to me. And it's really hard to find yourself in those moments. Like even when you go and like listen to my album, you can hear me finding my sound and what that's supposed to look like. And so basically, like what I'm getting into is, what are some specific artists and genres and different things that have maybe pushed you into the sound that you have kind of arrived to at this moment in your journey?
Yeah, so most recent records that I've loved the most, probably the Ventura record by Anderson .Paak. The Continuum record by John Mayer, like that whole thing is like just fire. There's a lot of British neo soul people that really inspire me. I think texture wise, like I'm a lot of times I'm thinking about like neo soul and R&B, but then I want to like inject that with this like the rawness of like blues and rock and roll, and even like I was really emotionally connected to kind of like what emo stuff did, how these like really big crescendos and stuff like that, and also that you hear in church. Like I wanted to have those moments in my music a lot, so that's I don't know, the one of the ways that I emote when I'm connecting. So I don't know, definitely probably good like church live records have affected me, like good gospel records. I can't like put my finger on anything, but this kind of experience kind of like shaped the way that I write and the way I approach music. All right, this is a song called Overthinking. Overthinking, over drinking, over sometimes. Oh, baby, tell you now. Maybe I'm just getting in my own way sometimes. I'm saying, oh, but let me spit a few lines. Let me remind you. Let me rethink just a couple of times. Cause baby, you're fine. You caught my eye. You better watch out. Here comes a DM slide. Can I get one night? Is it alright? Have a few drinks. We can talk about life. Maybe all of your dreams and what you need. But am I right for you? You right for me. Oh, say it. I'm sitting on pain in my head. Thinking what I say is sitting in my bed saying I go back and forth thinking that we're through. Prophecies of doom, wishing I was cooler, smoother. Do I just wanna do her? Is she the one or maybe an abuser? And girl, can you take your time with me? I need to go relax cause I tend to overthink it. I've been overthinking, over drinking, over sometimes. Yeah, but you remind me, oh, I'm getting in my own way sometimes. Yeah, oh,
under no sunshine, too much rain. Maybe it's my soul, too much shame. I need more joy, need to give myself grace, yeah. Say, maybe it's all, cause we all fall. Say, sometimes we run, sometimes we crawl. Maybe it's true that we're all confused. We're trying to figure out, we don't know what to do, yeah. I've been digging. I've been over drinking sometimes. Oh, when you say you remind me that I'm getting on out of there, getting in my own way sometimes, yeah. Come on.
Man, what a great song that was. I remember sitting back in the studio literally just moments ago, because we kind of do these interviews after we we already recorded Jon doing his thing, and I remember experiencing that first song and them just getting in the groove of what Jon's sound is, and it was just such an incredible experience being able to mix the sound and be behind the board while Jon's doing his thing. Man, thank you for being here once again. Like, I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I say, it's like I can't say thank you enough, because it's such a pleasure having incredible artists here on the stage with us all the time. And but I wanted to kind of dive into your band a little bit. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the guys you've been working with and how you met them, and how you met them, one, and then how has that changed your sound as an artist?
All right. So the two guys I've been playing with as far as like my trio are Ricky Johnson and Arlington Akers. I met Arlo first. I was playing a lot of the soul music clubs here in Columbia, and gosh, it was what. Man, there used to be these like jam sessions that would happen on Sunday night where everybody would come in. Katera was leading it. Ricky, you remember what that was called? No? Anyway. You don't remember. But that's where I would hang out with Arlo, Prayline, a lot of those guys, Dion. And then I was playing at this club, Reggae Grill. And it used to be so lit on Sundays. And so I really got connected with a lot of people playing gospel and R&B. That's where I met Arlo. And then, we were doing something for the Hamiltons. That's where I met him. I was opening up, and Arlo was playing like the back line for them. And he just had 2 kids. Anyway, we ended up playing together. Then I met Ricky, and I couldn't say enough about Ricky as far as him as a drummer. He listens super, super well. Humble, like just a great guy all around. Really appreciate him in my band. And Arlo's a beast. Like, I don't know if you ever heard him. Like, people out here, you will in a second. But just everything he does, like, I remember I liked these guys a lot. We were playing down at Hilton Head, and like the moon was on the water. Everybody was dancing. Everybody was having a good time. Like, and it was just a moment. I looked over at Arlo and I started tearing up. I was like, it's so beautiful. So I really enjoyed playing with these guys. It's been a good ride.
How has it changed your sound as an artist?
Changed my sound. I think it let me lean in to especially the way Arlo plays. He plays with a lot of like really warm tones, and then also like as far as like his electric keys, you know, and then he often throw these like crazy synthesizers in, you know, and so that's expanded the way that I think about lead playing and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is a song called Shaking in My Knees. Check it out. On fire, yeah. Say, know me, the way you touch my soul, you're taking my body home and stimulating my mind, yeah. What would you, know you feel it, don't let it pass on by. Change your life, yeah. I'm talking about you. Oh, you got me shaking in my knees, in my knees. I'm talking about you. You got me shaking, woman, in my knees. Get a little mic check. Oh, I promise you I will give it right back. Swag it up, cousin, and let me like that. This move and it's shocking. I know me, and it's locking. I got it shaking down beneath your feet. Ground moving, an earthquake you see. Hey, oh, it feels like divinity. Hey, oh, like the Trinity. Oh, no. Everything you say it makes me feel some kind of way. Something so beautiful, it ran out of words to say, yeah. I can feel the spirit each and every time I play. Say, tell me when you feel it today. Oh, I'm talking. You know that I'm shaking in my knees. I've been saying on you, oh, that I'm shaking, woman, in my knees. Yeah. you got me saying.
But as an artist, I've experienced over the years, different musicians coming into the fold and how they changed me as an artist. And so it's always fun to really explore those things in other artists, because that will change your sound. It will also change your writing. It'll change how you feel on stage, because especially when you vibe with certain guys on stage, it's hard to get away from that, and then they create those specific sounds, and then something happens to where maybe they're not available that night and somebody else comes in, you're like, God, I miss that sound. I miss how they approached those songs and how they approached my music, and it just really formulates, over a period of time, you as an artist, it's that sound, the people that you've been working with for so long.
Yeah, you meld together.
Yeah.
I think it's I don't know. It's like a weird relationship energy that maybe that's a real thing. I think about that sometimes. We have consciousness, but sometimes when we all get together, our energies mix, and there's actually, because of that mixture, there's another thing that's a collective consciousness that's what it's like when you're with these people in this environment and y'all got that vibe going. And so anyway, I think it's an extension of who I am, those guys, when we play now.
Well, let's experience that right now with another song from Jon Rooks coming at you.
The name of this song is called Too Soon. It's about falling in love too quickly. Check us out.
Everybody telling me it's just too soon. I'm falling in love with you, but I can't help it, no, not telling me it's just too soon, but I do. I'm in love with you, yeah. Say, blind, they can't see it. Oh, 'cause they really can't tell. I smell when I'm stepping in, feeling my caresses tripping, 'cause I know they fell in love and I know they see it. I can see it too, but can't get you out of my mind. I said I know that neither can you. Everybody tell me it's just too soon. I'm in love with you, yeah, but I can't help it, no, but they're telling me it's just too soon, but I do, yeah. I'm in love with you, yeah. I see, oh, with loving you is wrong. I don't wanna be right, they loving you, but telling me it's wrong. I don't wanna be right. baby, I tell you, it's like heat from a fire. Oh, but say you pour the gasoline, make it higher. Feeling so hot, I perspire. I need to lock it down to be safe. Oh, and take out my credit card and get a diamond now. Meet me next week at a courthouse. The kind of loving that you dream about, but said it can even have my last name. Everybody says it's just too soon, babe. I'm in love with you, yeah, but I can't help it no more. But they're telling me it's just too soon, but I do. I'm in love with you, yeah.
Come on, give me something now.
They're telling me it's just too soon. I'm in love with you, but I can't ever know I'm taking on. Just too soon now. I'm in love with you.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here for On the Real live sessions at the Warehouse Live. Make sure, once again, that you go to patreon.com/onthemarkstudio. I'm sitting here interviewing my friend Jon Rooks. I wanted to ask you, where can people follow your music and things that are coming out? Maybe plug, your website and, all your social media very quick.
Yeah, the number one spot is Jon, Jon Rooks, Rooks music at Jon Rooks music. Instagram, Facebook. Facebook not as much, but I mainly like blast everything from Instagram. So if you're trying to figure out every single week, I put up a post. I tell you where I'm playing all throughout the week, and I'm also that's where I mainly promote my new music. I think right now it'll probably still be up for when this airs, but I've got a whole list of demos that are going to be on the upcoming record. So,
have you figured out a name for the new record yet?
I think I'm calling it the Loot Battle EP because that was the reason why we got it all started. Yeah. So you can go look up the Loot Battle. It's been a thing.
And what's a previous album or singles that you put out?
Me and the guys did one called Can't Stop. It's on Spotify. It was dope. We actually did a whole record, but that was the only one that I really wanted to put out there. the other stuff had some like, I didn't feel the same way about like some of the stuff I was writing. I was going through some stuff in my life, so I just kind of like sat on the other tunes. So it is imperative that I get this record out because it's been too long.
Well, make sure you go and you give Jon a like on Instagram. Find him on Facebook if you know he doesn't use it. Go and visit his website. And here's another song by Jon Rooks.
The song's called Always Thinking About You. Check us out.
Never tell you about myself. I told you that I love you. Don't you know you on the tip of my tongue and every word that I choose now? And baby, I'm chewing on the thought and non-stop what I'm into. Yeah. I could sing it every day, sing it till my face is blue. Yeah. I'm always thinking about you. Yeah. I always thinking about you. I'm always thinking about you, yeah. I'm always thinking about you, yeah. Have you ever been in love? Oh, you gotta go, but don't go. It seems like heaven from above. I know when it touches you, and maybe I'm just tripping, but you tripping on it all now. Can't stop my flow. I just wanna be in love with you, and everybody knows it. I'm always thinking about you. Always thinking about you. I'm always thinking about you, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for the very first episode of Season 4 On the Real live sessions here at the Warehouse Live. Make sure you tune in every Sunday night, WXRY 99.3 from 8 to 9 p.m., where our previous seasons and singles are being aired live for your pleasure. Thank you so much, Jon Rooks, for joining us this evening. Make sure you go to patreon.com/onthemarkstudio, become a patron, and then also go to our social medias, Jon Rooks social media and Warehouse Live. Give us a like. We appreciate you. Thanks so much for joining us.
All right, this is a song called Sock Dancing. Y'all check us out. It's that moment when you're dancing in the kitchen with somebody.
Oh, say, baby, put your socks on and come a little closer. We pretend it's our song, yeah, spinning round in circles, but just like we're floating on air and feeling close to heaven. Oh, that's good loving right there, exactly what I've been missing overnight. You and me, baby, now dancing on the highway flow line. Oh, it's the moment we share. I could not ask for more. It's just this moment in time. It feels so sublime. No me touching all the depths of my core. It's just you and me, baby. Saying dancing on the highway. Say, baby, put your socks on and slide like Michael Jackson. You slow dancing all night long. Baby girl, that's what I'm asking. Hey. Saying, baby, I know that my feet are gonna touch in heaven. Oh, but say how lovely you are. You used to be a 10, now you're 11. Oh, you and me, baby, dancing on the highway floor. And I say, oh, it's the moment we say. I could not ask for more. It's just this moment in time. It feels so sublime, and it's to know that that's my core. It's just you and me, baby, dancing on the fire. Ooh, yeah, touching all the depths of my core. It's just you and me, baby. Yeah, dancing on the highway floor.